Welcome back to Smokey's World, y'all. YouTube, it's been like, 10 days since our last video. So, I got quite a bit to update y'all on. Welcome back if you've been here before. If you haven't, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. Make sure you like and subscribe. That's how you show your support. All right. So, we're going to hop straight into it today because there's just so many people with one main question, right? When it comes to being an independent contractor medical courier. And the main question that everybody always has is, how do I get started? What do I do? So today I'm going to help you all and I'm going to answer that question. So listen closely because this may be what you've been waiting for. All right. So for those of y'all that's in my Facebook group, you know that I have a specific post in there. There are actually two specific posts in there that break down the different, levels of this business, whether that be working with 3PL companies, working as a subcontractor, or working as the actual independent medical contractor. Okay. So let's talk about the different levels and the requirements and what steps you need to take to get started, okay? Because ultimately, if you've watched my previous videos, you may already have this information. So for the OGs, this might not be for you, all right? So, ultimately what I try to tell people is, you can't just simply ask, how do I get started? Okay, because there's multiple levels and multiple things that you can do in this business, okay? You have to be more specific in your approach to how do I get started, okay? You need to know what it is that you want to do. What do I mean by that, okay? Again, this information is in my group. If you're not in the group, I will drop a link down in the description for you all to be able to hop in there. Let's start with what I call level one, right? So level one is gonna be, running apps, running for 3PL companies. There's just so many, you all. There's so many. And if you're in the group or if you've seen my past videos, I have posted several lists of different apps, different companies that you can partner with that, offer work for medical couriers, right? So if that's where you want to start, if that's where, you're comfortable starting at and you want to be, starting out on level one, cool. So that's fine. So let's talk about some requirements. Okay. I've said this, a lot of this is going to be repetitive, you guys. I've said this before. You've heard it. If you're just coming in and you're running apps or you're looking to run with 3PL companies, they're all different. So the requirements are going to be different for each. This is something that you're going to have to find out on your own simply by applying. However, what I can tell you is that obviously you're going to need a vehicle, right? So you need a reliable vehicle. You need a valid driver's license and you need insurance. Okay. Again, insurance is something that varies company by company, state by state. This is why it's super important that you all do your research. I live in Las Vegas. I probably cannot tell you what specific apps are going crazy or, what companies people are doing numbers on in your area because I'm not in those areas. This is where it's on you to do the research. You need to start connecting with other drivers that are around you that can let you know, hey, I've been doing great on this app or I've been doing good working with this company. You know what I mean? This is a part of the business. You got to be able to network and get out there, right? So level one, like I said, just running apps, running those 3PL companies. You need a reliable vehicle. You need a driver's license. You need insurance, okay? There's not always going to be, requirements as far as vehicles, I do this in a car. If you watch my videos, I started out in my Chrysler 300C. It's still my favorite choice, you know what I'm saying, of a vehicle to use. And I do have backup vehicles that I use. However, that's my favorite. All right. So you can do this in a car. You can do this in an SUV. You can do it in a box truck. You can do it in a cargo van. However, is that a requirement to start? No. There is no certain requirement for vehicle that you need to start. Okay, any type of vehicle that you have, go out there and see what's available. Some apps and some companies will require you to have a certain year vehicle, or they'll only be accepting like certain models. So there are some companies that will only let you have, a Ford Transit or a cargo van or a box truck, and there are other companies that allow cars, SUVs, trucks. Again, you have to do your research. Nobody is going to have all the answers for you because there's so many apps and so many companies, and they're all different in their own way. The only thing that we can really do to help you along in that journey is provide you with the different applications and companies that are hiring, and then it's on you. Like you gotta get busy, you gotta get active, and make sure that you're doing your research. Okay, so that's level one. Running apps, 3PL companies. Okay. The pay is going to be very different for everyone. You get out what you put into it. If you have time and you run it full time and you can find some good reliable apps or companies to work under that can keep you busy, you're going to make some money. You're going to make some money. But if you get with a company where you got some dead apps, or you only work part-time, or you're not willing to put in the hours and go out there and get money, you might not see the numbers that you want to see. Okay, that's the reality of this. You might not see the numbers that you want to see. Y'all already know, like I tell y'all, I try to hold people accountable. Some people are just lazy. Not wanting to do the research is what's hindering you. You're sitting back holding on to some pretty basic questions that, you can find answers to. Watch YouTube videos, join groups, connect with drivers in your area. This is how you're going to get those answers quickly. You got to do the work. You got to do the work, y'all. Y'all know what's up. All right, let's talk about level 2, what I call level 2. And this is just off my scale, working as a subcontractor. This is super simple. For level 2, working as a subcontractor, this is like a job search, okay? Subcontractor opportunities you can find by Googling, Craigslist, Indeed, ZipRecruiter. There's so many job platforms, out there where people post these jobs. Oh, a super huge one. I've said this before, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is another one that I've gotten up on recently. Connecting with people. There's a lot of opportunities out there for subcontractors, but essentially it's like a job. You find it, you apply using their application or whatever, you follow up. Do not just sit back and wait for people to call you back, okay? You need to follow up. Hello, my name is such and such. I was calling about this position. Well, you got to let people know you want to work, all right? So, super simple with that. Requirements. Again, this is extremely, similar to the apps as far as requirements. It's going to be different. This varies by company. Just like when you go to fill out a job application and you read down where it shows the requirements and it says, well, we want someone with this amount of experience, this. It's the same thing. The requirements are going to be different for each job opportunity. However, there are pretty basic things that, you obviously need to have. Again, a reliable car, a driver's license, insurance. Depending on the pay that these companies are offering, depends on what additional, things they would like you to have. So, now you're a level up, you might start seeing where they want you to have specific certifications, basic life support, oh my God, I just drew a blank. I'm sorry, y'all. Basic life support, hazardous drug training. There's quite a few certifications. There's not very many, but there's quite a few certifications that, these places may require you to have, or they might have specific trainings and things that, they require you to take with their company specifically. No, you will not always need an LLC, but sometimes even for subcontractor opportunities, they're going to require you to have an LLC. So in this instance, like I said, because it's like a job search, you go through, you see the opportunities that you might be, open to, or things that you can get in based off of whatever certifications or credentials that you have at the time, and you still apply, okay? You apply to as many of them as you can. Just like with the apps and the 3PL companies, you apply to as many of them as you can, because you might not hear back immediately. You might not hear back immediately, and you need to keep your options open, because you might start and you might realize that the pay is pretty fucking shitty. Okay, the pay might be pretty shitty, and you might decide, well, I don't like this very much, and now you got to start the process over again, when from the jump you should have been applying to multiple anyways, and if you get them all, that's okay. I've talked about this in my previous videos. If you apply to 4 or 5 places and they all call you back, pick whichever ones that work for you, whether that means you have to go out and work 2 of them, and see how it is, and then maybe put, add the other 2 in. However you have to do it. You can hold multiple contracts, okay? If you have enough people, or, you have enough time in your day to be able to stack contracts on top of each other, or with apps, then you can do that, It's about whatever works best for you, okay? Cool. Like I said, you may or may not need, an LLC and specific certifications to work as a subcontractor. It just depends on what that company's requirements are that you're going to be subcontracting with, okay? That's level 2. So far, we've covered level 1, running apps and working with 3PL companies. And then we discussed level 2, which is working as a subcontractor, okay? So let's talk about level 3. Level 3 is where it gets serious, okay? This is where most people make their big bag at, all right? Level 3, working as an actual independent contractor, medical courier, you need more, okay? It's going to require more of you, more research, being very detailed, and making sure that you're always in compliance, okay? For level 3, you are going to need your LLC. You're going to need an EIN. You're going to need a DUNS number. You're going to need a US DOT number, possibly an MC2 number. These different requirements vary by state. You need to get very familiar with, the courier laws, for companies in your state. You know what I mean? You have to do your research, because you need to always make sure you're compliant. You need to be up on your HIPAA, information, making sure that your safety is your number 1 priority. Things get serious when you're carrying live organs, blood, any type of, live specimens, anything like that. It gets serious, okay? You probably are going to have different insurance requirements. That varies, again, based on whatever company that, you land that first big contract through. They're going to have different requirements that, you might not be able to slide with the little basic insurance that you've had. You might have to have a larger commercial policy. Again, this is, these are things that we talk about in the group. This information is there for you all. Please utilize the feature tab. The feature tab is where we pin the most important information in the group, right? Go back to the feature tab, go all the way to the bottom, and read as much as you can all the way up. And I guarantee you there's just a plethora of information in there to help you and guide you along that process. And if you still need help, reach out. We're here. There's so many people. We're closing in on 3,000 people. Okay, in my Facebook group, 3,000 people in less than a month. There's so many people that are, coming in from all over, all different states. This is the perfect platform for people to be able to come through and connect with each other, connect with other drivers that are in your state, because, it's always nice to have somebody that you can go along your business journey with, right? And networking is going to be super important, because what happens is people go out, they get their LLC, EIN, all these certifications, they go pay for these commercial policies, they have their vehicle and everything else, but they still have no contracts, right? Because everybody's main question is, well, how do I get the contracts? My last video was on this. There's multiple ways that you can get contracts, whether it's government contracts or you're working with hospitals directly, pharmacies, any of that. There's multiple ways that you can do it. None of them are wrong. If you didn't get that information, you need to tune in to the last video that I did. It will help you. But networking, super important. It's going to be a big deal. But, back to that level 3, LLC, all those certifications, all those credentials, you're going to need them. Okay. That's when the real investment starts in this business. Okay. Once you done ran some apps or ran with the 3PL companies, or you worked as a subcontractor, you might do well. And some people are going to be okay and be content, staying in those positions. And other people are just going to want to, they ready to level up and scale into a large business with this. And it takes time and dedication and a real investment in yourself and your business. And you have to be committed to it. Okay. So ultimately, when people just come out and say, well, how do I get started? It depends on what it is that you would like to do. You need to be more specific, because just simply coming in and saying, how do I get started, kind of lets, people know that you might not be too serious about this, because there's multiple, there's so much information out there on how to get started. It's ultimately up to you. You need to decide, at which level do I want to start at? Okay, so that's first and foremost. What do you want from this? Do you want to run apps? Do you want to partner with medical courier companies? Do you want to work as a subcontractor, which is essentially working under someone else's authority, so that you don't have to be the one with the LLC, EIN, and all those different certifications that are going to be required of you, because the company that you work for already has those things? All right. Or you need to decide if you want to turn this into an entrepreneurship and a business for yourself, and are you ready to make the necessary investments that it's going to take? Okay. This is a big deal. You need to decide this for yourself in the very beginning, and you need to be specific. Okay. So if I'm new and I'm starting over, I'm not going to hop in and say, how do I get started? I'm going to say, hey, I want to go ahead and get hooked up with some apps. Can anybody give me some apps or some list of 3PL companies that I can partner with? Sure. We got you. You're very specific. You're very detailed. You already know what it is that you want to do from this business. Okay. I'm new again. I'm coming in. Hey, I'm interested in working as a subcontractor. I have these certifications. Does anybody know what are some good places, that in my area that I can find work at? Cool. We know exactly what you want to do, and it's easier for us to help you navigate because you know for yourself what you want to do. Or, hey, right now I'm currently working as a subcontractor, but I'm ready to try to turn this into a business for myself. Now I'm interested in being the actual independent contractor. What do I need? I already have these certifications. What do I need now? You need your LLC, you need your EIN, you need your DUNS number. You see how quickly and how easy it is to answer that question when you're already sure of what it is that you want from this business? Okay, so again, that's something that you're gonna have to decide for yourself in the beginning of your journey. I gave you 3 different levels. What level do you want to start on? Once you figured that out, now come back to me and ask, hey, I decided I want to go ahead and start like this. How can I achieve this? What steps do I need to take? And I'm on it. Y'all know that. If you're in the group, I'm on it. When people are specific and detailed, you get a lot more people that are serious and ready to help you, because they see and they know, oh, this person is serious. They already know what they want. They just need a little bit of guidance. Cool, I got you. We in this together. We a team. We a family. But for those of y'all that's still on that, well, you just come straight in people's groups, and not even just my group. I've seen this multiple times, on Facebook and any other group that I've joined, where people just specifically come in and be like, hey, how do I get started? And people automatically come out the gate, oh, go get your LLC and go get these certifications and stuff. And if that person hasn't decided that they even want to work as the actual independent contractor medical courier, then no, they shouldn't be going to get LLCs and all these certifications and things like that, because they're not ready for that. Which is why you have to be, sure in what you want to do. You have to decide that from the beginning, so that people can make sure that they're giving you the correct information. Because if you only want to run apps or run for 3PL companies, you probably don't need all of those certifications or LLCs and, all of these other things that are going to cost you money to have, obtain, and maintain. Okay. Most of this stuff you have to renew every year, every 2 years. So if you haven't decided that entrepreneurship is what you want out of this, then do not invest your money and start spending money because you're unsure. You have to be sure in what you want to do in this business. All right. So, I hope that gives you all a little bit of insight and answers that question, because I see it all the time. It's a very common thing. Multiple people all the time, how do I get started? How do I just, what do I need to do? You got to be specific. You got to be specific, and you have to know what it is that you want from this business, so that, when you do ask people how to get started, they can better assist you and give you more accurate information. Because I can almost guarantee you, if you just start asking people, how do I get started? They're going to tell you, hey, go get an LLC, get these certifications, get this. Okay. So now not only have you came in the door and started spending money, but realize you also don't even know the rest of the steps. You still don't know how to secure contracts. You don't know that you're going to have to network and get out here and do the groundwork, okay? Because like I discussed in my video when I talked about how to secure large contracts, I told you all, you're going to have to be networking, putting yourself out there, going around to different pharmacies, different hospitals, whatever the case may be, presenting them with your business plan and a fully laid out proposal. Some of y'all not ready for that. So no, don't just jump out there going to get LLCs and all these certifications and stuff if you haven't decided that that is what you want to do. Okay, you need to be firm on your decision from the beginning, from the very beginning. Okay, so for my people that are serious, okay, for my people that are super serious, you've already done your research. Please, all my new people, do your research, okay? Watch the YouTube videos, get in my group, read the information that's under the feature tab. Go back through previous posts, because that is where the gems are. That's where the juiciest information is at, right? You got to get active. Like, you got to get out. You got to get active. I tell y'all all the time, like, it's not just going to fall in your lap, okay? The opportunities are not just going to fall in your lap. It starts by you putting in the effort and doing the research. And after that, get out there and go. It's literally here for you, okay? It's literally here for you. I'm going to tell you all, for my OGs, for my vets, for my people that's really trying to get out here and get active, okay? In the group, we're offering a program for people, the Certified Registered Medical Courier Program, okay? You're going to get so much out of this program. It's crazy. It's crazy. You're going to get, all of your necessary certifications that you need, your bloodborne pathogen, your BLS. You're going to have your MC2. You're going to be able to get your DOT number for free, which we do in the group as well. If you need your DOT number, you need to slide through, okay? I'm not going to run through every single thing, but I will tell you all, like I said, just those specific things that you're going to get out of the program. So you'll get your certifications. You're going to get your DOT number. If you met the requirements, you already have your LLC and things like that, and you're in position to be able to get that DOT number. We're going to get you that for free. You're going to get your MC2 number. So it's going to be a big deal. This is a super big program, and I'm happy and I'm honored to be a part of this and be able to help people out, because one thing that you all know about me is there was a time where I wasn't doing my research, okay? And I got scammed out of some money, with a fake certification, and it wasn't good. And if you're in the group, I told you all about that in the group, where I spent that $100, for the chemotherapy hazardous drug training certification, and it was mud. It was not accredited. It was mud. It meant absolutely nothing. So it was a waste of money. This is an accredited program for you all to be able to come and participate in and get these certifications. There are mentorships that are going to be offered. You also are going to receive a 3-month contract provided to you via partnership by MedExpress Connect. All right, so much stuff that you're going to get out of this class. So essentially, What we did with the class, you all, the actual tuition is $500. However, there are multiple scholarships being offered with a value of $250. Okay, so that's gonna knock that out of pocket cost off to you guys for $250. Again, if you've done your research, then you know how much these certifications, MC2 number, how much all of these things cost out of pocket. I'm not going to sit here and debate and do all that. You know that it's expensive. It's an investment. So $250 is more than reasonable, more than fair, and you're getting a guarantee of a contract at the end of you completing this, okay? There's only 28 seats available left, you all. There's 28 seats that are left available for this class. I will give you all like a timeline as well. So there is going to be a mandatory 2-hour orientation that's going to be September 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then classes will begin on Monday, September 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and they're going to go through October 4th. There's going to be 3 hours of class every day, so that'll be 7 to 10, okay? The final exam is going to be October 12th, and then graduation will take place October 26th. So if you're interested in getting signed up for that so that you can get your certifications from an accredited program, again, hop in the group, reach out. We will get you together and get you signed up. There are limited spots available. You need to get in there quickly so that we can sign you up, get you hooked up with our financial aid director. She's going to make sure you get approved for your scholarship. All right. And there we do offer installment plans as well. So if you don't have your $250 to pay up front, there are installment plans that are going to be offered for you all as well to get in on this program. Okay. Man. Jesus, yo. 26 minutes later. Can we pause? Can I get a drink real quick, y'all? That was a mouthful. So much information, you all, that we're putting out here and getting out here to people for free. You have access to these tools and resources that other people just don't have access to. There's no other group like mine on Facebook, which is why it's growing so rapidly. And nobody is really gonna get out here and be real with y'all and let y'all know and hold y'all accountable. And if you've watched any of my videos at this point, you know that I don't kiss ass. I'm going to keep it all the way real with y'all, no matter what, the highs, the lows, all that. And it's going to be good times and bad, because that's what it is. We family. But one thing that I do is I have a duty to be honest with the people. And that's what I do. All right. So my videos might not be the funnest or, the most glamorous. That is not my intention at all. You take the information and you either retain it and you put it to work and you go get you a bag, or, just give me a view and a like and subscribe to the channel anyways, because you like me. But either way, I appreciate everybody that tunes into my videos, shares my channel, my platform. I genuinely just want to help you all be successful on your journey. And I'm trying to grow and then be successful in my journey as well. So I'm here for you all. I try to be as supportive as I can, but I want to make sure that people understand you have to be intentional. Okay, when you're in business and you're trying to level your life up, you have to be intentional about what you're doing. Okay, if this is what you want, you cannot just sit back. You can't be fucking lazy. Okay, don't half-ass it. You need to be willing to do the research, network, start getting out of here, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay, I'm sure y'all have heard that before. That's how it is out here. That's how it is. Like you're going to have some things that are going to pull you out of your comfort zone, and you need to get on board quickly. If you don't like to read, you need to start liking to read. If you don't like to watch videos, you need to start liking to watch videos. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many ways that you're going to be able to get this information. And the fact that you can get it here on my channel in my Facebook group for free, like, it's mind-blowing. And some of y'all are still, it's kind of disrespectful that we put together all of this information and type it up and put it out here or put it in these videos for people to get. And y'all still, like, have the audacity to come in and be like, well, how do I get started? What do I do? Like, we put together all of this information for you all so that you have access to it. Easy, quick, simple access. Not everybody jumping in this business had a feature tab that they could go to and get that information quickly, or they didn't have somebody that they could reach out to and say, hey, I see you're in the state next to me, or we're here together, can you give me some pointers, what are some good apps, or what are some good companies, or, where are you at in your career journey? What can I do to get where you are? What steps do you recommend that I take? You're being provided all of that. And I need you all to want to take advantage of these opportunities that are being given to you, because not everybody has access to them. So, help me help you, and read the information and watch, the information that's being posted and put out here, because I guarantee you, your question probably has already been answered, because a lot of this is repetitive. I told you all, this video that I just did, it's literally off a post that I made in my group. So those people that are in my group, they already have access to this information. They're reading it, they're taking it in, and they're moving and deciding what it is that they want to do. Okay, so if that's you and you just needed an extra push, or it's easier for you to understand with somebody speaking to you like this, then I hope and I pray that this video helped you, because I definitely have fun, man. I have fun making these videos for you all, and I'm so grateful that people tune in and watch. So, man, thank you all, and don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.